set my spirit free. She reached way down in my soul. There's a song I hear from the mountain. By the river she sings so sweet. The keeper of the keep to make my spirit whole. Then she reached way down in my soul. I wandered through a desert searching for paradise. I roamed an endless trail through a wilderness. I got lost inside my mind, and I always failed to find that she reached way down in my soul. Through a desert, searching for paradise. I roamed an endless trail through a wilderness. I got lost inside my mind, and I always failed to find that she reached way down in my soul. She's a treasure to hold, a mystic's dream and a poet's storm. She reached way down in my soul. Well, my bags are all packed up. The city's got me feeling down. I swear I'm taking the next train out of town. I worked hard every day, and my hair is turning gray. Hey, I do believe I've had enough. I was holding down a job just out the house done for a while. I was serving time, making some old man a dime. There ain't nothing I'd rather do than lose these city blues. Hey, I do believe I've had enough. Well, I think it's high time to get moving down the line. I don't care where I'm headed, I'm highway bound someplace new. 'Cause I woke up this morning, the going got real tough. I do believe I've had spend enough time on the streets. I'm gonna settle down someplace and take things a little more so, please. Maybe in Oregon. No need to run me out of town. I got my feet on solid ground. I do believe I've had enough. Well, I think it's high time to get to moving down the line. I don't care where I'm headed. I'm highway bound to someplace new. 'Cause I woke up this morning and the going got real tough. I do believe I've had enough. Yes, I do believe I've had enough.
That sounded great.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure there are a lot of people in this audience who know a lot more about your music than I do, but I did some research. I have a few questions for you. We'll go back and forth with some questions.
Wikipedia yet, I apologize.
Zephaniah, in my research, of course, and everybody should know this anyways, is a biblical name, and from what I understand, you grew up in the church a little bit. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I grew up in a non-denominational, born-again Christian church where everybody speaks in tongues and all that good stuff. And but since I was a young age, I never really had a problem with it. I was always looking for some sort of answers or meaning to life, so it wasn't really a chore for me to go to church. Plus, there was a lot of music. It was like, not just, a church organ or people singing hymns, but a full band. And the first thing I got into was a guy that played drums that had Zildjian cymbals, and I saw the Z, and my name starts with a Z, so I got really fascinated with that. And so yeah, anyhow, that's kind of how I got my start in music, was playing in the church and singing in the church, and so that's how I got here.
And church was in New England, up in New Hampshire?
Yeah.
What part of New Hampshire?
That was in Bedford, New Hampshire, which there's a big highway going through the church now, so it's not there anymore. But
sad to hear.
Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
So
I don't. It's too far of a commute for me to go on Sundays there. But
so when did you move on down to New York? Because I understand that's where you have been for a while. I don't know if you're still there. We'll get to that.
Well, I was in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and I lived in Central Square and had amazing cheap rent, and it was cool. It was cooler than New Hampshire, for sure.
You
so
did park your car.
I wanted to move to New York, but I imagined living in a cardboard box. And $800 in rent sounded outrageous to me, which now it sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
But so maybe it was less, maybe it was 700 or something.
So you're in Boston then for a while.
Yeah, I was in Boston for a good couple of years and got my education, but not in a university, and just kind of, experimented with all sorts of different mind-altering things, and that was kind of my time there. So
Sure.
Yeah.
What I understand is that you did wind up eventually in New York, and we'll get to that in a minute, but I want to give you a minute to introduce your band, if you would, please.
Oh, sure. You want me to introduce the whole band, or?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Let's start off with Kevin Finn, our singing drummer, as I like to say. I know Kevin from Denver. And that's Elijah Ocean on the electric bass. He's from Maine.
Thank you.
And we have my good friend John Shannon on electric guitar, who also lives in New York. And we have Andy Hamilton on acoustic guitar, and he's also been playing electric guitar on this run for us as well. So. And last but not least, Mr. John Grayboff on the pedal steel, who seems to know everybody in every city. He knows at least 5 people in every city, so we can fill our guest list easy. So.
Feel free to jump into a couple more songs if you'd like to. 2 or 3 if you'd want.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Take your love out of town, dear. And take your love far away from me. It don't matter anymore now. Forsaken love, I taught you how. Get yourself out on the highway. It's easy there to get lost. Lord knows I treated you the wrong way, and we're both paying the cost. I know tonight you're loving someone, loving him like you love me. And if tonight you're missing someone, come on back here where you belong. So take your love out of town, dear. Take your love far away from me. Tonight you're loving someone, loving him like you love me. And if tonight you're missing someone, come on back here where you belong. So take your love out of town, dear. Take your love far away from me. Take your love far away from me. Tune up here for 1 second, but just so everyone knows, that's a very difficult guitar part to play. So John Shannon deserves a good hand for that. Now, it's actually a tune that I recorded with Jim Campolongo, which I guess we'll talk about soon. And even Jim would always say, even he found it difficult to play, that it's just a little bit of a little crooked, interesting little piece. So, but it stands out. Okay, well, we're gonna do one that seems to be relatively popular amongst a lot of people that I met. So, yeah. You spend your days on the 42nd floor, making plans for parties in the night. You got a man dressed up to stand there by your door, and you're a girl who likes everything just right. And you wear the finest clothes and the latest fashions. You prefer to keep the conversation light, and the magazines all say the way you ought to be to high-class city girl from the country. I've heard your kind of story 100 times before, seen your face around fancy clubs downtown, but I won't stand in the way while you're chasing down those dreams and the years show on your face. I don't make a lot of money, I don't have a lot of friends. We all try to make something out of nothing in the end. But that time is gonna pass, someday you're gonna see you're just a high-class city girl from the country. Back home, all those girls ain't got nothing on you. You're an actress, model, and a singer too. And mama raised you right, and daddy lived to protect you. Just a high-class city girl from the country. Yes, I've heard your kind of story 100 times before, seen your face around the fancy clubs downtown, but I won't stand in the way while you're chasing down those dreams and the years show on your face. I don't make a lot of money, I don't have a lot of friends. Baby, you know I would love you till the end. That time is gonna pass, someday you're gonna see you're just a high-class city girl from the country. Da 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 da. Da 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 do do.
It will get warmer.
What's that?
It will get warmer.
Oh, yeah.
So you released your debut album last year called This Highway.
Yep.
And then you followed it up with a bit of touring, and then you played at the
Yeah.
Americana Music Festival, which brought you to the attention of a bunch of different people, including Triggerman at Saving Country Music.
Yep.
Trigger, among other people, describes your music as, or the album, as indescribable, undefinable somethingness that the old greats had. Other people call it timeless, authentic, classic, or countrypolitan. Our job is to help define you a little bit more and describe you. But if you could touch a little bit on some of your influences and
Oh yeah,
both past and present,
sure.
you know, contemporary and older artists.
Well, I was raised in a very religious home, so I wasn't allowed to listen to anything but Christian music for a while. So Michael W. Smith, Stephen Curtis Chapman, you know, all that stuff. But actually, to be honest, a lot of the music that we were playing in the church, and there's this guy named Jack who played this awesome Sunburst, which is basically like this guitar, but it was a Stratocaster, and he had his hair permed. Like, he basically looked like Bob Dylan, but with blonde hair, and he had an awesome mustache, and he was in Vietnam, and he always wore indoor sunglasses when I was a kid, like at the church. And he played through like a Fender amp, and anyhow, so I realized, like, looking back, it sounded basically like Bob Dylan, like 80s era Bob Dylan. So a lot of that music kind of had that sound. So once I discovered Bob Dylan, I was like, oh, this reminds me of a lot of the stuff I grew up with. But anyhow, that's kind of a real roundabout thing. But anyway, yeah, you know, I grew up listening to around the house a lot of jazz, like, and Frank Sinatra and stuff like that. It was really a big thing that I've always connected with. And watching old movies, we weren't allowed to watch new PG movies because they might swear.
Right.
So we watched a lot of old movies where they just snuck in all the, you know, subliminal messages in a nice way, and in black and white film. But anyway, so I'm getting real out there with this, but it's a tough one to do. But more recent stuff, you know, Obviously, Merle Haggard is a big. I mean, who doesn't love Merle? Lefty Frizzell, Jimmy Rogers, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, but yeah, Dylan was the guy that kind of introduced me to country because that's the first time I heard steel that I could think of, pedal steel, off his Hard Rain album, and I don't remember who he had on steel. But it's a live album, and it's amazing. It's called Hard Rain. We'll have to look it up on the way to the airport. 78, I think. 76. It's the one with him with the eyeliner, and on the cover is like a black. Anyway, so Bob Dylan, Neil Young, all that stuff. I mean, I guess it's just a really broad. I'm really into a lot of different types of music. So, but I'm a record collector, so that's you just eventually. I didn't grow up with country music per se.
I saw you walking around the site, and you got a big old Steal Your Face on the back of your jean jacket.
Of course, I love the Grateful Dead. Yeah. That was the kind of classic scenario where your bigger brother gets you into the Dead. That's like the whole thing is your big brother takes you to the show when you turn 18, and you have your experience at a Dead show, which they weren't still playing by the time he introduced me, and it probably took a couple of years. He sent me a lot of CDs and tapes, and then eventually I really got into them. So I'm shamelessly into the Dead. So
no shame in that.
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday to Jerry, by the way, just a couple days ago. So go ahead and play a couple more songs, and then we'll talk a little bit more about your record and making it and all that.
She's leaving in the morning. We're staying here tonight. Love came without warning. Now it's faded out of sight. I keep living and believing it's how it used to be. Like old times when we were dreaming, when she loved no one else but me. Ain't no use in crying or trying to understand why seasons keep on turning and the dealer deals the hand. It was time that I was stealing. Now I'm on the wrong side. She's leaving in the morning, and Lord knows that I tried. Soon that sun will be rising, but there's a shadow over me. I spent the night denying a day I never thought I'd see. Ain't no use in crying or trying to understand why seasons keep on turning and the dealer deals the hand. It was time that I was stealing. Now I'm on the wrong side. She's leaving in the morning, and Lord knows that I tried. She's leaving in the morning, and Lord knows that I tried. Well, we're gonna do one actually. Here's one that's kind of touches on music in the church and all that good stuff. This one I wrote. I grew up. My mom had I think she had a Martin guitar actually. I've never actually fact checked that, but there was a guitar hanging around the house, and she used to sing. And she's a pretty good singer, and she sang in the church on Sundays and all that. As you get older and go through the trials and tribulations in life and have your struggles, I do find that music is the one thing that always grounds me or brings me back to a good place, which is probably why I'm here right now. So this song's just kind of about that, finding solace or comfort in music, and so I decided to write a song about it. It's called Songs My Mama Sang. Back when I was a little baby, Mama sang sweet songs to me. She sang them there in the sunlight. Just a young boy and a whole life left to see. I left my home for the city. I found a life that I'd never known. I walked the streets there in the moonlight, just a young man with a hammer on the stone. Young and growing older, I'm seeing what's in this life to see. But at night by my bedside, I sing the songs my mama sang to me. This old world is filled with sorrow. No more sweet songs or lullaby. Just old wars and deception. I can hear my mama cry. Young and growing older, I'm seeing what's in this life to see. But at night by my bedside, I sing the songs my mama sang to me. I sing the songs my mama sang to me.
Real nice, thank you. So I want to ask you a little bit about your time in New York, but before that, I want to make sure that either you are there or you're not there. Where are you stationed now? Where do you call home right now? Is it
a 15-passenger van?
Yeah, exactly. You and so many other
other La
folks
Quinta
like
Hotels.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
the reason
kidding,
I
yeah.
ask is I have a couple friends from down south
cool.
who say they're very good friends with you. One who's in the audience right now, the Appalachian
of
hippie
course,
poet, Mr. Bill, and then my
Good
friend
old Bill.
Destiny Smith also.
That's right, yeah.
Go ahead.
Brooklyn. I'm still in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
I haven't made any moves outside of there, and I'll probably stay there for, I don't know. I don't plan on leaving anytime
Right.
soon. So, we'll see. There's a really good. I mean, I don't know if I should say this yet, but I work for 2 places where I book live music for these places, so I get to be a part of the music community and get paid all right to do it, and I can do it remotely.
You can totally say that. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, it's a place called Skinny Dennis. It's in Brooklyn. If you're ever in Brooklyn, that's the place to go. It's live music 7 nights a week. My apologies if the website isn't completely up to date. That's also my job. But anyhow, yeah. So yeah, there's still just a great thing. I've been in New York for so long that it's hard to imagine leaving. But it's it's not easy to live there.
Right.
So
seems like an unlikely place to be making country music, but you've done
Yeah,
a very
for
good
sure,
job of
yeah.
it. Tell us about the making of your record. I understand it was produced by a guitar wizard by the name of Jim Campolongo. Had the great privilege of seeing him perform one time with Chris Morrissey. It was amazing.
Oh yeah, Chris Morrissey is amazing too. Yeah, so we recorded the record in Brooklyn, New York, at a place called the Bunker Studios, and it's a really wonderful space. And actually, Aaron Nevezi, who's the engineer there, probably gets the credit for big time how the album sounds, because that's kind of his job, and he did an amazing job on that. So it's kind of the thing where you pick out a bunch of records that you like, and you say, I want it to sound kind of like this or that, and they try to find something that fits. So yeah, it took us a couple days to record the basic tracks, and then the basic tracks is just basically the whole band all together in one room. And then after that, you do overdubs and redo some vocals, and it's quite a process, but I love it. So
Nice.
Yeah.
I understand that not only do you share a love of truck driving songs with Jim, also you share a love of Frank Sinatra.
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
there is
right.
the only cover song on your album is a Frank Sinatra song, but you can't do that because the lovely Dory
unfortunately,
Freeman.
I can't sing that high, so.
Yeah.
But we did record the duet "Something Stupid," which was kind of cool because I was actually originally wanted to record. I had on the list "I'll Never Smile Again," which is Frank Sinatra's first. I think it was the first song that was ever recorded that he released, and I've always loved that song. And I just figured I already have too many kind of more relaxed tempo tunes, so I probably didn't need another one. So that idea kind of got shelved. And then we were just doing mixing or something, and we were almost done the process. And then Jim Campolongo said, we were just talking about Frank Sinatra and how much we love his music and what growing up listening to him. And then he was like, I've always loved that song, Something Stupid. I always thought that'd be a great country song. And I was like, oh, that's genius. So, and then my friend Dory Freeman, I don't know if anybody knows, I'm sure people know Dory Freeman, who's one of my favorite songwriters and singers out there right now. I think she's probably one of the best, if not the best. So I asked her because she also sang on High Class City Girl from the Country. And so we wanted to do a duet together, and that was the one that we picked. So we went back and brought the whole band back in for one day just to do that song, and then me and Dory sang it live together. And it was like the second take or something was the one, and yeah.
Couple minutes, I'll open questions up from the audience, but if you'd like to play one more, you don't have to play a cover tune. Play whatever you want.
You want to do a truck driving song? Does anyone want to hear one of those? I don't know if anyone was here the other day, yesterday, but we did do it, but we'll do it again. And then maybe we'll do one new one, and then we'll do the break. Is that cool? We'll just go right into it. Okay, cool. This one's by a guy named Red Simpson. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I drove a truck from New York all the way to San Antonio, and it's a mighty long road when you're all alone. And I like driving trucks, and I make my living this way. Yes, I'm a truck driving fool, and that's how I'm gonna stay. I like to hear that diesel as it keeps on humming along. I'm shifting these gears and I'm singing myself a song. I see a lot of country as I go on my way. Yes, I'm a truck driving fool, and that's how I'm gonna stay. Well, I'm a truck driving fool, and trucks have got the best of me. Guess I'll never settle down, 'cause I couldn't stay safe. And when I'm driving those trucks, I'm like a schoolboy out to play. Yes, I'm a truck driving fool, and that's how I'm gonna stay. Fellas, let's do a little split. Once I started to marry a gal in a little old country town. She didn't like my truck, so we went around and around. She tried to handbag me, and that's where she went astray. Hey, I'm a truck driving fool, and that's how I'm gonna stay. Yes, I'm a truck driving fool, and that's how I'm gonna stay.
Appreciate it very much.
Highway keeps going on and on, and time keeps moving right along. I pray for good weather and for a peaceful ride. And this highway keeps going on and on. I spent 30 years running down this road. I have many, many stories still untold. Man can never know when it's his time to go. And this highway keeps going on and on. The wind's blowing soft and cool across my face, and my mind wanders back to that old place. Nothing seems to last, it's just a moment in the past. And this highway keeps going on and on. Sometimes I stop and wonder just where I'm headed to. And this highway keeps going on and on. And this highway keeps going on and on.